So Forsaken released a new update, and with that also came a ton of lore, including a secret game depicting NOOB and SIXER's story, which tells the dark truth of what exactly they did to be brought into the world of Forsaken. And yeah, not a lot of people know about this. So before we explore the secret game, we need to talk about this picture of NOOB that's now in the lobby. And now the only way to access it is by reaching level 50 as NOOB. And yeah, once you do that, if you go to the beach in the lobby of the game, you'll notice a photo with a description saying it appears to be a photo of NOOB with 3 other figures in front of them. You turn over the photo to see writing in the back. Hey SIXER, one day I'll be able to introduce you to these guys. So yeah, SIXER is GUEST666, which if you don't know the full story, GUEST666 and NOOB actually used to be best friends, but then something dark would happen. But yeah, according to this photograph here, it seems like NOOB is writing to GUEST666, talking about his friends here. He continues on saying, they've really helped me since that day, but it's not the same without you. I hope one day I can show you all the stuff I wrote to you. Later today, me, and then we can't see the full names of these guys, but the message continues on, are going to a haunted mansion. Yeah, and then the rest of the text gets redacted, but we can assume the message says something along the lines of, I want to go and overcome my fears. At least that's what it partially says. He continues on with saying, I miss you. With love, NOOB. So yeah, by the time that NOOB had written this message on the back of this photograph, him and GUEST666 were no longer talking. Remember, in the lore of Forsaken, the two of them used to be best friends, but then something bad would happen. But what exactly? Well, with this new secret game I found, I believe we finally have the answer to that. Because if you continue on with this photograph, it says, you feel like something has changed somewhere you have been. There, something will be revealed. But now what exactly is this message talking about? Well, it's talking about the secret games. And how do we uncover the secret games? Well, the first one actually released during the Noli update, where if you go into the lobby area, make your way over to this letterbox over here, you'll see a message that again was written by NOOB. And you know it's written by NOOB because it writes, hey SIXER, it's been a while. I have no idea if this will get to you, but hopefully it does. Can we somehow meet again? I regret so many things, and recent events have made me realize some things about myself. And then the more the letter continues, the more decrypted it becomes. But you are able to make things out, like someone here is laughing at us, which could actually be the SPECTOR, you know, the one who brought all of them into the world of Forsaken. But again, that's not the secret. No, the secret actually lies when you take a look at this letter and realize there's actually some numbers here. So you got 789, 149, 6. Yeah, if you grab all these numbers, you realize that they can actually lead us to this Roblox account. And this actually belongs to Newbie, aka I must be the reason why. So yeah, this person right here is actually NOOB, and we know this because the description reads, I miss you, just like how they wrote in the photograph. And yeah, what's also tied to this account is this game right here, A Nightmare, with the description reading of me and SIXER. And now again, this game came out during the Noli update, but it also guides us now to the second game. Yeah, remember how NOOB was saying that he was going to a haunted house to overcome his fears and whatnot? Well, when we joined this game, it very much gives us the idea of a haunted house. And it reads right here, I didn't want to upset my friends, so I came along. So yeah, the text right there perfectly describes how NOOB was too scared to go to the haunted house, but again, he wanted to overcome his fears, and he tagged along with his friends from the photograph. I never wanted to be here. I was terrified. Yeah, the other thing we notice is that his friends are not here at all. Where exactly are they? I saw something. No, someone who looked like you. So yeah, this is NOOB talking about SIXER. But see, the thing about this haunted house here is this is actually the place where NOOB would end up dying. Because over here in this red room wasn't actually SIXER, it was the SPECTOR tricking him. I heard you calling me, but something else took me. So yeah, again, what we just saw there was NOOB's actual death, which they would then wake up in the world of Forsaken. But again, this game leads us into the next secret game that came with this update. See, the game will kick us out, but it will say teleport failed, place ID, and then it's just a bunch of random letters here. And so me reading place ID, it did give me the idea that all these letters here were actually supposed to represent numbers that would link us into the next game. Yeah, you see how a lot of Roblox games typically have 14 to 15 digits of numbers? Yeah, so this took a long time for me to figure out that all this text right here is actually a Visionaire cipher. And now it's honestly very complicated to explain, but if you grab all those letters and then use the key code 6 SIXER, all of this text would generate into numbers 8, 9, 8, and so on. And if we grab all these numbers, we can actually find the second game. So this one is called A Realization of Me and Noob. So yeah, now in this game, you're playing as GUEST666. So let's go ahead and join this one here. So it says, open your heart, leave them behind like they have to you. So yeah, this is the Spectre talking to us right now. Where are we supposed to go? Okay, so there's a heart beating over there. Then who is this? Hello? Oh, this is Noob right here. Noob? Oh, I don't like that noise. Let's see what happens if we get close to him. Oh, so we got kicked out and it says here, why do you falter? Can you not reach your own heart? Okay, so that's what we're after. So again, this is a Spectre talking to GUEST666. Yeah, in case you don't know, GUEST666 is an upcoming killer in the game where the Spectre pretty much brainwashed them and turned them into this monster. But let's go ahead and figure this out. So yeah, we follow this arrow here, leave them behind like they have to you. And then this is SIXER talking. It was the only way I could ever stand beside you. Okay? I couldn't help myself. I wanted to make you proud. So I believe he's talking to Noob right here. All right, there's like a giant maze area. Then we gotta reach our heart. And yet, you turned your back on me. Okay, yeah, so GUEST666 believes that Noob betrayed him somehow. But what exactly happened? Let's see, let's go to our heart. Just gotta get past this maze. Left me to rot in my misery, like I never meant anything. All right, here we go. Ooh, what is this? So I believe this is supposed to be my heart here. Oh, is that Noob still following me? I'm gonna grab my heart now. Open your heart to it, okay? What did I just do? Hello? Thank you. Okay, so this is a Spectre talking to us. They're loathing these emotions. It is so fascinating. She will make a fine addition, SIXER and Noob. Wait, who is he talking about? You fuel their suffering. You add more to my ship. Flush gun. Hey, yo, chill. Leave me out of this, okay? Hey, I'm playing as SIXER. All right, and then again, we get kicked out. Teleport failed, place ID. And then I believe this will eventually lead us to another game. So yeah, there's a lot to break down here. At some point, the Spectre got to SIXER and is pretty much brainwashing them. But what strikes me as odd is this line here. She will make a fine addition, SIXER and Noob. This line pretty much makes me wonder if SIXER and Noob actually sacrificed someone, because there's this line here, you add more to my ship. Yeah, and then we get this message about being kicked out, which I think this will lead us into the third game, which hasn't been released yet. But now this line about a ship, where have we heard that before? Well, if we go back to the beach area, if you go into this water over here, you'll notice this weird, strange fish, which we can actually talk to. Yeah, it's called a Demophon. Congratulations, you have found me. And now this creature begins to tell a story about a captain and his ship. What this creature is telling us is the story of the Spectre. And the fish continues. Each rotting board of the ship was replaced with newer boards. The repaired ship would be beautiful, full and complete. Many wonder if it is still the same ship. It is correct to assume that the captain now has a brand new ship. Now I want you to wonder for a moment, what if there was no ship, just a captain building his own ship? What if this captain was malicious and depraved, stealing parts of other ships? And pretty much we can only respond with what? With the fish later on saying, in time you will understand, for it is always here, listening, watching. The captain will never stop in his quest. His ship will be completed. So let's actually break this down. The captain is actually the Spectre, and the ship actually means his world. And so when this line here, what if this captain was malicious and depraved, stealing parts from other ships? That's pretty much stating that the Spectre is stealing souls from other worlds, like stealing Noob, stealing GUEST666. All of these killers and survivors are all people from other worlds that the Spectre took for his own world. And then the fish gives the warning that the Spectre is always here, listening and watching, and the Spectre will never stop in his quest. His world will be complete. Yeah, again, he can pretty much listen and watch us, because when we enter this game, we are entering his world. But yeah, to continue breaking down this game that we played, SIXER and Noob did give the Spectre a new soul. That's where we get the line that she'll make a fine addition to his ship. So yeah, both of them aren't so innocent after all. But yeah, after doing this deed, the two would stop becoming friends. GUEST666 would later become banned and brainwashed by the Spectre, as seen in the game that we played, whereas Noob would enter a haunted mansion and would also be tricked by the Spectre. Which, yeah, that was the first game that we played. That was the haunted mansion. Yeah, and even in the lobby, if we go up to this poster right here, it actually shows Noob in front of the haunted mansion, and it actually says missing, name Noob, last seen haunted mansion. So it seems seems like we're getting more and more information about all these survivors. But not only that, we also got more information about TAPH. Because now, if you play as TAPH and reach level 100, you'll be able to gain access to this wanted poster of them, which pretty much shows that they're not actually a good person at all. And yeah, upon analyzing this wanted poster, it says wanted for unauthorized moderation, NPC murder, and destruction of property. Yeah, if you don't actually know about TAPH, they were a demolitionist whose job was to serve the Roblox admins and destroy homes of terminated and banned users. But if we take a look at their milestone 3 skin, they're destroying a house where nearby there's actually some Robloxians, which yeah, it looks like TAPH may actually be a killer. Yeah, it also says here, it is believed that TAPH is connected to infamous user, and then it's redacted, due to their similar motives. On top of that, TAPH has appeared to be growing distant from their moderation attempts, often spotted hiding several studs from the main experience. But now, was all this intentional? Did TAPH actually mean to kill these Robloxians? Well, if we take a look at TAPH's milestone skins, we actually have a description for each of them. For the milestone 1 skin, it reads, "So many unmoderated experiences, I can help." So yeah, this pretty much showcases that TAPH truly wanted to help out Roblox, but then it seems they got carried away. With the milestone 2 skin, it now reads, "Just like the admin above, I can help pick up where they can't." So it seems like TAPH started to take justice on their side, because in the milestone 3 skin, it reads, "There's so many NPCs in these experiences. Oh well." And yeah, it seems like a lot of NPCs ended up dying because of them. And then with the milestone 4, TAPH now states, "I didn't mean to kill them." It seems like TAPH isn't truly a bad person, they just got carried away, because yeah, even when reading the wanted poster, there's a line here that says, "You stare at the list of crimes TAPH has committed. Do you think they deserve this fate, that they should be hunted? You have this thought run through your head. What TAPH has done to several of these experiences, the sins and blessing they have created. Does TAPH deserve to be forsaken? Perhaps indeed. Many face their sins in this realm, repeating the same games over and over. Many find interest in their suffering, their stories, their lives. You are among the many, giving it the attention it wants. These grave souls are forced to confront their sins and overcome them." So yeah, it seems like through being forsaken, TAPH has learned through their mistakes and is trying to make amends. That's why they're not exactly on the killer side, unlike the Slasher, who actually replaced Jason. Now, there's not too much to talk about Slasher. They pretty much have the same moveset as Jason, but there are a few key points about their lore. See, the Slasher is actually a bacon-haired Robloxian whose name is also Jason. Yeah, it turns out they're also part of this lore of Guest 1337 from the Last Guest series. And yeah, they were a bacon soldier fighting, but they would eventually get captured and held in prison in Area 51, which yeah, this is like a pretty old Roblox game, but it's got a whole bunch of different entities like Slenderman and Jeff the Killer. But yeah, while he's held in Area 51, they end up performing a lot of cruel experiments on him. Yeah, you can even see on his milestone 1 skin, he's got the Area 51 badge. But what's also interesting about this skin is there's a book on his shoulder. This book here is actually known as the Necrobloxicon, otherwise known as a Book of the Dead, that is said to drive anyone who were to read it insane because it uses a lot of dark magic. And yeah, that's pretty much what happens to the Slasher, because the more he reads this book, the more he begins to hear a motherly voice speaking to him from the book, one he believes to be his own mom, which again is also somewhat based off of the story of Jason and how he can hear his mom. And so under its influence, the Slasher is able to break out of Area 51 along with his allies, the Slenderman and Jeff the Killer. Yeah, and even in the milestone 1 skin, there's this image here where a lot of the Area 51 guards are all defeated with the Slasher standing, and you can even see some of his thoughts here. Help. It hurts. I'm blinded. They hurt me. I hear her whispers. What happened? So yeah, he's hearing what he believes to be his mother talking to him, only it's not her. There's also this text here that states, "I don't remember what happened that day. The day my eyes closed." Yeah, and then if we go to the milestone 2 skin, it reads, "I remember my eyes opening and mom called to me." And again, he's in his Area 51 outfit and still with that book on his shoulder. This only gets worse with the milestone 3 skin, which which we can now see a better image of the Necrobloxicon, with the text now saying, "Hatred drowned out any thoughts I had. I just wanted to rest." And so it seems like the slasher actually had some good intentions at first, but then with the 4th milestone skin, he's actually completely lost it. His text now says, "Hatred burned any thoughts I had. I just wanted revenge." So it seems like at this point, the Necrobloxicon has fully warped his mind and is now fully devoted on getting revenge on those who did him wrong. And what makes this even more terrifying is that it seems like the Slenderman and Jeff the Killer are also on the loose and will soon be joining the world of Forsaken. But what do you all think? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe. Goodbye.